Alright, ladies and gents, are we live? Welcome to another video by your favorite Asian robot. In this video, I want to talk about why warp charges are actually really important to a Psyker. Unfortunately, a couple of people have been saying that they don't really care about warp charges, they don't maintain warp charges, stuff like that. Look, you do you, whatever makes you happy. But warp charges are actually very important, and it becomes very important once you start getting into heresy difficulty and higher. All right, I'm also using this video as a way of answering a question from a viewer who was asking, how do you really use the brain burst at higher difficulty levels, because it feels weaker and feels underpowered? The answer to that is warp charges. All right, let's go into heresy difficulty now. All right, you can see it right there, and I will show you the difference between having no warp charges and full warp charges. This video is going to come out before the video talking about all the Psyker feats and stuff. I do apologize for it being out of order. It's just that the Psyker feats video is like half an hour, so it's taking a while to render. But okay, we're in heresy difficulty now, and I want to go through. Okay, look, I'll do a separate video covering the hit points of all the specialists. All right, but the main thing that I think you guys are concerned about is when you're trying to use brain burst on, let's say, the Tox Flamer, it might take 2 shots at heresy level difficulty. Okay, this is because you don't have any warp charges. All right, if you're using the build with let me just go there and show you. If you're using the build with up to 6 warp charges stored, all right, this has a significant impact on your damage. Let me show you. I'm now going to build up my warp charges real quick, and I want to show you the difference that occurs when we have warp charges sort of maxed out. All right. Which is why gathering and maintaining your warp charges is actually very important once you're talking about heresy level difficulty and higher. Okay, we've got our full 6 right now. Right? Dreg Tox Flamer. 1 shot. Because it at heresy level difficulty, it's got 1,125 damage, hit points. How much does a mutant have? Let's see. The mutant is so strong that honestly, you're still gonna need about 3 shots. Even the hound is still gonna require about 2 shots, but dealing about 1,180 damage takes it very close to death. Usually, people can deal with that. So honestly, like I said, I'll do a separate video on all the different specials and their hit points at the various difficulty levels. But one thing you need to understand is that once you reach the higher difficulty levels, warp charges are going to be your best friend, because they're going to make your life a lot easier. This is true even if we're talking about, like, say, the Scab Mauler. Without warp charges, it's still going to be a 2-shot, right? But, well, let's just say that it gets a lot easier if you go to T5, because you remember at T5 he's got 1,800 hit points, up from his base of 900. You know, so if you're dealing at least more damage per shot, all right, if you're dealing 960 per shot at T5, that's going to be the difference between 3 shots on a Scab Mauler or 2 shots on a Scab Mauler, therefore giving value to your brain burst. Now, whether or not you want to even focus on brain burst at later levels, that's up to you. But a simple combo in some situations is people will just like spread fire to like reduce the hit points, and while they're burning, you know, it becomes a lot easier to knock these guys down. So your brain burst still has value, but it does require you to at least understand that, you know, at higher difficulty levels, without maintaining warp charges, you're kind of out of luck. All right, so I hope this video was a bit more helpful to people who are struggling with the higher difficulty levels and reconciling what their brain burst should do. Your brain burst does about 1,000 damage baseline. This is irrespective of what difficulty it is in. It will always do 1,000 damage. So when you start buffing it up with warp charges, you can dish out a little more, you know, and that is overall what will help you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, I hope it was helpful in explaining why you need to maintain warp charges and why they are so good at later levels. The percentage increase is very important, especially for your brain burst. Okay, thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe, all the usual. You like my content, get this to 50 likes. And last but not least, if you want to, you can grab a channel membership to help us make more content. And that's entirely optional, up to you. But I am going to give a thank you to all of my channel members who do make all that we do possible. All right. So before I end the video, I always give my thanks to my awesome channel members who do this. Starting right at the top with Plus Ultra, it's Death Dawning 982, our top fan. We've also got Jerry Fast, Joshua Moritz, Rogue Assassin, Old Mr. Creampuff, and Zach NFG. They're all prestige. Thank you guys so much. In terms of our honored robots, we've got AKJ, also known as Nuev, Kami SMH, Jammer Boy, Conrad C, Miss Eve, Grim Reaper 2296, Jacob Gabrick, Total Dove, Nate the Great, Curtis Sussler, MjRiffle, Shadow, Corey Ryu, Benjamin Savage, Lady Neo, Anarchy Inc., Greasy Burger, Stefan Gaia, and Coda CMF. Thank you guys so much. All right, and thank you to all of our cool bots as well. I'll see you on the next video. Like I said, I hope this was helpful.